at stopping the blockages from growing. They say, okay, you have blockage, don't worry, we'll put new tubes, or we'll put a stent, or you come to an emergency and we take care of the emergency, but only after the emergency happens. After you have developed the problem, then we'll try to solve it. But till that time, there is not a lot of intervention done by them. They say the health workers will educate you. And the problem, another problem is, our curriculum does not involve medical education. Something like if I ask, okay, who made Taj Mahal? Many of you are from India, immediately will come the answer, Shah Jahan. For whom? His wife. This knowledge has come from where? From the books. So education had history, and there you read all that. But if I ask you what is cholesterol, which food has cholesterol, which food has triglycerides, you will draw a blank. Why? Because it was not part of the curriculum. So those people who set the curriculum, they said, look, you have to know history, geography, mathematics, but don't worry about the health, the doctor will know it. Now that is a major problem. And this is what I do for the heart patients or anybody who wants to know heart disease. What are the details about heart disease? This is what I'm going to talk to you. And then what is a heart attack? You know, most of the heart patients, the worst thing that happens to them is heart attack. So what is a heart attack and how a heart attack can be prevented by reversal of heart disease? Everybody is worried about getting a heart attack. In our medical term, we call it myocardial infarction. So I'm going to explain what is heart attack and how it is possible and why I do not want these surgeries. What is my reservation about getting a surgery or stents? Because you are cutting the nature. Don't try to manhandle the nature. Nature has created everything. You know, every fridge, TV, every equipment that we have screws. You can open the screw and repair the machine. Body does not have a screw. God says, no screw. You don't pack it, is packed and it will last for 100 years. Don't try to open it. So I always tell people, don't try to open it. The less you open, the better it is, because you don't have a cure for the inside. So till the time you can preserve it, it is better. So I am against these surgeries because of this simple reason. Anyway, let's see. Heart disease is growing in Indians, and 4 times more prone in the whole of the American community. The ethnic group called South Asians, mainly Bangladeshi, Indians, Pakistanis, they have 4 times heart attack condition compared to the standard white and African population. So remember, heart disease, and why it is so? Anybody knows why it is so that the Indians and the South Asians have more heart disease? Because though they are vegetarians, mostly vegetarians, but they have lot of oil intake. Their triglycerides in the blood is very high. They have low HDL cholesterol, and they've got a obesity called central obesity. This is another reason. And genetically, they have high cholesterol and high triglyceride. Their body manufactures extra amount of cholesterol and triglyceride. These, and obviously stress, because they have come from a different country, got settled, and they want to excel, so they have to work hard and get more stressed. So all that combined, it is supposed that, and in India, the heart patients are growing. I have a curve. This is what we have in India. 1 heart attack death per 10 seconds. 35 lakhs people die of heart disease in India every year. 35 lakhs. In Israel, in Gaza, they have killed some 27,000 people. 35 lakhs are dying every year in India only from heart. So it's a very big disease, and we can take care of it. 3 countries in the world have the highest number of heart patients. Number 1, India. Number 2, China. Number 3, United States of America. And this is how the Indians are overtaking America. Number of heart patients. And also China, number of heart patients. Because the food is so bad. These are our centers. And I have written a lot of books. One book is called Reversal of Heart Disease in 5 Easy Steps, which has been published in Gujarati, Hindi, Bengali, Kannada, Telugu, Tamil, Malayalam, all the languages. The book has been published, about 10 languages. Now, what are the 5 steps to reverse heart disease? Number 1 is education, which I'm going to give you about heart care. Next is diet, next is stress management, next is yoga, and next is walking. Along with that, I want a medical cover. Medical cover means with these, you may not have instant results. But till that time, we cannot keep you on risk. So we want medical treatment to simultaneously grow on. Why? Because suppose you are not able to control your blood pressure, I can give you medicines to control the blood pressure. I want the sugar to be controlled, I can give you medicines. So I have not left medical science in the sense that medicines I'm using as a adjunct to the lifestyle process. So medical management has to be there. Without that, you can't really manage heart patients. And I must tell you another new treatment we are now using called natural bypass. What is that natural bypass? You know, you have 2 kidneys. 1 kidney can be donated. You know that. So extra is there. God has given us a extra one. You can donate it. And remember, heart also has an extra set of tube, which most of us do not know. And that extra tube is lying dormant, not being used by us. Why? Because we don't use it. You know, your suitcases, you'll see there's an extra compartment. You can chain it open and then use it. But if you don't use it, it remains dormant. It is not being used. And these tubes are called capillaries and collaterals. And these were opened long time back, but we have closed it. When was it opened? Thousands of years back, we were in the jungles. And an wild animal wants to kill us, then what you have to do? Run. Run in the highest speed for how much time? Till you get saved. So you may have to run hours together. And when a small animal you want to kill, that will also run, you have to run after them. So running was a parcel of our life. That time, 2-3 hours of running was very common. But now we have put all the animals into either the jungle or the cage. So we don't have to run now. So all those extra tubes are closed. They are there but not being. Now, if you look at the sportsman, the coach says you have to run. Sir, do I have to catch somebody? No, you just run around this place. In the ground, you just keep on running. Then the sportsman says, sir, why do you want me to run like that? Nothing out of it. No, we want to open your extra tubes. So once you have both the tubes working, your capacity will double up. And this is why the sportsmen have to run unnecessarily only to open the second set of tubes. So these tubes are called sportsman's tube. Now heart patient, I can ask them to run. So what do? This is the machine which has been created and after about 40 years of research in US and China. And this machine is called natural bypass or external counterpulsation. What is the technology? You understand. The patient will lie down, but he is running. How? When the heart pumps, the legs get filled up with blood, the leg muscles. Now, that blood does not remain in the leg muscle, it has to return back. So when the heart pushes it to the legs, it is systole, and when it pulls it, it is diastole. Now, during diastole, if the legs are squeezed, then what will happen? Extra blood will return to it's like a swing, jhula. When the jhula is coming, I'm not doing anything. When the jhula is going back, I'm just pushing it. So what will happen? Heart will get double the blood supply with every beat. And for 1 hour, it will be about 4,200 times extra blood, extra blood, extra blood, extra blood. And about 40 hours, if you can run the machine, we can open all the extra tubes. And this treatment, you must know, it is approved by the US FDA and it is paid by the Medicare. After so much of research, it was approved. But unfortunately, since it is not a money-making thing, most of the cardiologists don't use it. They say, oh, it is the last resort. You first go for surgery or angioplasty or stents. But after that, if you need repeatedly, then we do not want you to do again and again. You go for this treatment. This is best, but only after a surgery is done. Don't you think the logic is so bad? First, let them give the option that, okay, don't cut the body. Let's open the second set of tube. Now, this treatment we have popularized in India. And now we tell people, if you want, we can do that extra tube we can open up, and this is called natural bypass. Nature has already put and I've got a book on this, and this book is called A to Z Information on This is a book which I have written, all the research studies that has been done on this treatment. And this treatment, if you just, it is called counter pulsation. When the heart pumps, it is pulse, and when the leg pumps, then it is called counter pulse. So it is called external counter pulsation, ECP, and it is also called enhanced external counter pulsation, EECP. So if you Google it, EECP or ECP, you will find everything about this treatment. We use this treatment because they are non-invasive, they don't cut the body. And this is the end result of the treatment. These 3 tubes become like that. This is the, my right hand has the before treatment and the left hand has the after treatment result. So all the collaterals open up. I've written a book called Yoga for Reversal of Heart Disease, and then there are a lot of books, and in every language. We have a series of cooking books. We cook food without oil. I'll just give you a little bit about oil. Remember, oil is fat. That you know, all of you know. And what is this fat called? This is in medical language called triglycerides. There are 2 factors which deposit. One is cholesterol, one is triglyceride. When you get a lipid profile test, they give you the first one is cholesterol, second one is triglyceride. Triglyceride is what? Oil. And oil has no taste. If you put your finger into the oil and put your finger back to the tongue, is there any taste? But then why are we using it? It's getting deposited inside. You cook the food throughout the day with oil, and at the end of the day, that gas burner, next wall you touch in the evening, you will see what? Sticky things. What are these sticky things? Oil. And the same oil gets deposited inside the heart. So what do you have to do? Cut down the oil to 0. And oil has fortunately no taste. Then why are you adding it? Think of it. Well, why are you adding it? Because by convention we have been taught that the masala has to be cooked with oil. The taste does not have, oil has no taste. So I gave a lady, I said, okay, this is masala, this is oil, this is vegetable. And I will take the spices out. The masala box I will keep with me, and you make the taste. You make the vegetable, make the taste. He says nothing will come out. I said, why? Oil has taste. Well, no, oil does not have taste. Then why do you use oil? Now to fry the masala we use oil. But if I can fry the masala with water, then the problem is solved. Now how to do it? I'll take a minute to explain. Those of you who have cooked will immediately know how to make it happen. There are 5 masalas, spices. What are these 5 main ones? There are corollary ones, smaller ones like curry patta, tej patta, ginger, garlic, these are extras. But main ones are salt, red chili powder, dhania, that is coriander powder, haldi, turmeric, and jeera, cumin seeds. Now out of them, 2 does not need frying. Who are these? Salt and red chili powder. You can add up like that. You don't have to fry before adding. But haldi, if you add like that, the taste will be spoiled. So you have to fry them. Now we do it with water. How? You heat the pan, heat the kadhai, and then add jeera first, cumin seeds first, and let it rotate. So it gets fried from everything. It gets roasted. Once the roasting is complete, it start crackling. You add onion on that. Now the onion will stick these on their walls. So the jeera will not now burn, but the onion will start frying. You keep on frying the onion, all the water will go out, and onion gets heated and getting fried. Now whenever the water is required, you can add up half spoon, and keep on frying. The water will evaporate, you add up, again add up. Don't let it burn. And after a few minutes, the onion is done. You bring the onion together, put a spoonful of water. Now the onion will not stick. Now in that pan there are 2 areas, one onion area, one plain area. Plain area, if you add turmeric, it will get burnt. So on the onion you add all the masala, all the turmeric, haldi, dhania, mirchi, namak, everything you add on that onion, and then put some little water and make the onion stick to the masala. And now you keep on frying and keep on adding little water. After a few minutes of cooking, you add tomatoes and let the whole of the water evaporate in next few minutes. And then it will be looking like a paste, like a gajar halwa. And you keep on frying it till the haldi gets cooked. How do you know? The turmeric has a bitter taste, and suddenly you will see the bitter taste has become sweet. And that is the time you know that now my job is done. You add little water and boil that gravy. Now this gravy has how much oil? And what masalas? All the masalas are there, and you can add whatever vegetable, whatever pongal, whatever khichdi or whatever dal, and everything is done. Have you understood the meaning? So now you have to prepare your mind with another idea that frying is two kinds, one with oil, one with water. People still insist me, sir, water only. Some oil must be there. I say, okay, I'll change the name of water. It will be called sour oil. So my patients know that cooking with sour oil. I said, okay, which oil are you using? Sir, we are using sour oil nowadays. So no cholesterol, no triglyceride, no calories, and best for the heart. Have you understood the meaning now? So zero oil, have you understood how to make it happen? So let's, and these are we have created 1,000 recipes. And if you go to my YouTube channel called Zero Oil Cooking, Saul Zero Oil Cooking, I have given 50 days menu. And everything different except for rice and chapati. Everything is different. 50 days, 2 breakfast, 2 kinds of breakfast. And in the lunch, there are 4-5 items. In the dinner, there will be 4-5 items. In the afternoon snack, there will be 1 item. So about 1,000 recipes we have already created. You can do everything. Samosas, kachoris, pakoras, everything we have created without oil. And they are all there in our YouTube free of cost. And these are my Hindi books. And then I have written a lot of books. Every month I used to bring out 1 book, and they were all published in Hindi, English, Bengali, Gujarati. This is what? Tamil, Telugu, Kannada. Anyway, now let's go and explain. Let me explain what is heart problem first. Can you see the whole body, and you can see the heart? This heart I am showing bigger. You can see the heart now over here. The heart supplies the blood to the whole body through this big tube called aorta. And the body gets oxygen through this blood. The whole body gets oxygen. Now the heart muscles also need oxygen. So heart receives 3 supply. One on the right called right coronary artery. One on the left front. Left is L. Anterior descending. Anterior, you understand? In the front. And descending means going down. So LAD is the number 1 tube. Supplies about 50% of the heart. RCA, right coronary artery, is the right one. And in the back there is one called left circumflex. These are the 3 tubes that supply blood to the heart muscles. What is the diameter of this tube? Something like a pencil that the children write. About 4-5 millimeter. And inside these tubes, these are the names if you see. RCA, LAD, LCX. And inside these tubes, this is a 0 blockage. This is 10%. This is 30-40%, this is 50-60% blockage. And the blockage is made up of 2 items, cholesterol and triglyceride. Now look at this blockage, how it grows. This is a tube, 10 years of age, no blockage. 20 years of age, little blockage. Why 20? The blockage has started now. Remember, our children, they grow like this. They grow like this till what age? 18-20. Till that time you take fat, no problem, because it will be utilized in growing up. Once the height stops, then the growth will be on which direction? Either this side or inside. Which one is better? So after age of 20, you do not need actually any oil from outside, because God has already given every food little oil. Even chapatis, even rice have 1 or 2% oil. Dals have 4-5% oil. These are called innate oil. Mother Nature has already provided us with adequate oil for our requirements. Extra ones are not required, but we people, we extract all the items, fat, and then put it as oil and start consuming and get the blockages done. So if you change that practice, the blockages would not grow. And who should follow this? Anybody after the age of 20. Now, this blockage, if you see, it is 60 years of age, and how much is the blockage now? Supposedly 70% blockage. So 30 is still open. Now, this person can run. Why? Because our heart's requirement has three steps. When you are sitting and standing, the heart rate is slow. So requirement is only 10% out of 100. When you want to walk, then the heart rate has to speed up, then 20%. And when you want to run, then you need 30%. So 70 is blocked. The person says, I can run, and will he consider that he's heart patient? If he can walk 5 kilometers, it means 20 is available. Walking needs only 20. So 80% is blocked, and the patient is very happily thinking that he has no blockage. Have you understood this now? So those of you who do not have a heart problem till now, do you think you will have zero blockage? No. You may have 10, 20, 30, 40. The moment you cross 70, 80, then you start getting a problem called angina. Angina means what? Patient says, if I walk, I get a chest pain, I get a choking, I get a breathlessness. This is called angina. This means how much blockage is over? 70, 80 is over. So when a heart patient comes and tells me I have got these symptoms, I know already 70, 80 is blocked. So if I have to now give you in one sentence what is heart problem, heart supplies blood to the whole body, and for its own use it needs 3 supplies, 3 tubes, and inside these tubes 70 plus blockage means you are a heart patient. Yes or no? Clear or not? And I must tell you, out of every 100 heart patients, 98 are these blockage patients, 2% are there who have valve problem, who have got a pacemaker problem and things like that, but they are not blockage patients. So blockage is called, nowadays we have a new nomenclature in our medical science called atherosclerotic cardiovascular disease, ASCVD. ASCVD, but don't get mingled with this, medical terms. Understand, it is more than 70 blockage inside those 3 tubes of the heart. Agreed? Now, what is angina? Another thing. Now, what is this heart attack? Angina, you have understood, more than 70, 80. What is heart attack? When this 30% also closes, then what is the percentage of blockage? 100. 100 means heart attack. 100 means how much blood will flow now? 0. So that area will die. And this is called a heart attack. So when the blockage suddenly becomes 100, why suddenly? See, 20 years it has started, 60 years somebody has come to know he's got 80 blockage. So 2% per year was the speed. And then how come it is 1 minute and you get 100? You know what happens? The blockage is covered by a membrane. The blockage is covered by a membrane, and if the blockages grow, this membrane will stretch and one day burst. And the moment it bursts, chemicals, clotting chemicals will come, clot the blood and make it 100. So there is a clot of blood. Why the clot has come? Because chemicals, clotting chemicals have come out. From where? From that membrane. And why did the membrane burst? Sir, I was growing the blockage, one day it has to burst. Consider a bundle of notes with a rubber band, and you are putting notes every day. What will happen to the rubber band once? It will snap. But why heart attack is so uncertain? Because we do not know the strength of the membrane. People will come to me, sir, I've got 90 blockage, I cannot walk to the toilet. But no heart attack till now. Means what? The membrane is strong. Till 90, it has not broken. And some people break it at 50. He says, sir, yesterday I was running and there was no problem. Doctor declared, they did stress test on me and declared me, you can run, no problem. But next day I got a heart attack. Why? Because the membrane is weak. And you had a 50 blockage, 51 it bursted. And the clot happened. So have you understood how the heart attack happens in 1 minute? This is angina symptoms. I have already explained, and this is what a heart attack is. The first one is normal artery, that is 80% blocked, and the membrane burst, there is a clot, it is 100% blocked. This is a 80% blocked tube. Patient can walk 6 kilometers, 6 miles, and next day he gets a heart attack, it is 100% blocked. This is a block of 20, this is 40, this is 60, and the membrane burst and the clot happens, 100 block. 100 means one area of the heart will die. What are the symptoms? Sir, sitting I am getting pain. Sitting I am getting pain. Lying I am getting pain. Sitting you need only 10%, that is not available also. So the person starts telling, I get a pain at rest. Sweating, breathlessness, it is a heart attack. Have you understood what is heart attack is? So if you grow the blockage only, then the heart attack will. So if you don't grow, then if I am here, my chances of going down is very less. But if I am here, now more. And if I step further, then I'll fall. But if I stop here, then chances are less. And if I step back, then. Now this is what I want a heart patient to understand. Don't grow the blockage is prevention. You reverse the blockage, then there is note ke gaddi se note nikal lo. The problem is almost solved, almost solved. Have you understood the meaning now? Now this is what people have to understand, not a very difficult thing to understand. Now people ask me, sir, how do I know how much blockage do I have? Previously there was a crude test called angiography. You have to insert a wire inside you. And suppose something happens, no, we will have to admit you. How much money? Much more than what we charge in India. But fortunately, nobody wanted to do that wire one if they don't have a difficulty. Will you allow? If you don't have any difficulty, doctor says, I want to put a wire. You say, sir, I'm all right, I don't want it. I was thinking there should be some other test. And luckily one test has come up, and this is called a CT angiography. You just lie down on this machine, and within 5 seconds, they will be able to tell you how much blockage is there. This is the latest technology. It is available in United States of America in at least 100 local places. The problem is, it is costing $3,000. $3,000, and the cardiologists are not willing to do this because they want to do that wire one. Why? Because on that time, a person says, if I walk, I get a chest pain. So the cardiologist knows that 80 is there. He says, I will do an angiography and find out the blockage is there or not. Patient thinks what? 10 days back, I was walking around 5 kilometers, so the blockage was 0. And now some pain has come, let him check, maybe 10% blockage would be there. But actually the blockage is 80. And as soon as the angiography is done, cardiologist over there, he creates a panic that your membrane is going to burst. After how much time? I don't know, you may not reach home. You are carrying an atom bomb. Now what will you do? Submit or rebel? Submit. Now have you understood the problem? Problem is the cardiologist knows that the blockage will grow and one day it will burst, but I don't know when it will burst. But let me tell that there is a risk. You may die any moment. Patient will usually give up and they will agree for an operation, and we make our money and the hospital makes money and everything is happy. And patient is also happy that I have spent so much money to get a treatment. But have you understood the problem? How many can you do? There are millions of patients. How many can you do operations? US has burnt his fingers. So many operations, 4 times more operation than India. We have 4 times more population. Because everybody says insurance is there, do everything. And unnecessary surgeries are being done. So anyway, I have to only give you ideas. You have to only use your viveka, as Kasturiji so beautifully said. You have to understand what you want. And I know always, prevention is always better than cure. And it's not a cure, it's a temporary cure. So the doctor says, the blockage is there, I can put a new tube over here. And that will cost you so much of money. But don't worry, the insurance is going to pay, so don't worry. And it is a small operation, but it is actually a very big operation. Anyway, I am against the operations. And this is that angiography which is being done. You have to put a wire inside your leg or the hand and push it towards the heart and then do. This is the heart attack. Now, I'll tell you one very important thing. Have you heard something called a minor heart attack and a major heart attack? And a massive heart attack? 3 people got heart attack. 1 died instantly. Another is serious. He is admitted. Doctor says, I don't know whether he'll survive or not. Third one says, I have no problem. I don't want to get admitted. What is the difference? Understand the difference. All of them have 100 blockage, but where? One has a blockage at this point. One has a blockage at this point. And he gets a heart attack, only this much will die. This is a minor heart attack. One has a blockage at this point. Heart attack happens, the whole area will die. This is a major heart attack. And one has a blockage in LM. What will happen to him? He will not reach the hospital. So how do we know where is the location of the blockage? CT angiography. That can tell you what is the location of the blockage. If it is towards the end, you must know that risk is there of heart attack, but nothing of fatal. So this CT angiography, luckily in India, it is very cheap. In India, it is available for only how much? $80. 7,000 rupees, you can get it done in Calcutta, Bombay, Bangalore, Madras, Chennai, everywhere it is available in multiple locations. But usually most of the hospitals, they charge about 15,000 rupees. But in India, there is a cut practice. Have you understood cut practice? The doctors get some money. So we have foregone that money. And if you go through my clinic, it will be half the cost. So 7,000 in Delhi, 6,500 in Bangalore, some 8,000 in Madras. So all these tests are available. So whenever you visit India, at least do this test so that you know what is the percentage and what is the location and how many blocks are there. Everybody will have some, maybe 10, 20. If you have 10, 20, at least for the next 10 years, nothing to worry. But the precautions must start. So heart disease, you have understood now what we have to do. Now what we should do? Now another thing, have you heard something called echocardiography? That will tell after the heart attack how much heart is damaged. It is something like the heart is pumping like this. So they do an ultrasound of the heart and they can see the heart size when it is big. Suppose it is 100. After it is small, it is 40. So how much is thrown out? 60. This is called pumping power of the heart, ejection fraction. Normal person will have an ejection fraction of 60%. Somebody has a minor heart attack, what will be the pumping power now? 5%, 10% less. So ejection fraction is 60 normal. After a minor heart attack, it is 50 to 55. After a major heart attack, it is almost halved. And minimum for being alive is 15. So if you do an echo says 60% power. That means you are normal. No heart attack has taken place, or even if it has happened, only 1 or 2% has died. Agreed? Now, what to do? These are the reasons. I told you heart disease is not one reason. So many reasons are there. And I'm just going to go back. I'll give you a simple understanding about what to do about the heart attack. I was in a village for relaxation, and that village, chief called Mukhya in India. He came, he requested me, sir, I know I have seen your YouTube channel, you lecture heart patients. So at least my village should have an advantage since you have come. I said, okay, I'll give you a lecture. And I showed this picture and I told them, if the blockages grow, one day the membrane will burst and a heart attack will happen. And then when the teacher gives you tips, he also asks questions. So I asked him, okay, can anybody tell me what you should do so that the heart attack does not happen? Common sense, no? So one of them stood up. I said, Bodo, kya karna? He says, sir, I will take a knife. I said, what will you do with the knife? He says, sir, I will cut a small piece of that yellow item and send it to the pathology lab to understand what is this item. Then I said, what will you do then? Sir, I will stop the supply of that item. Common sense, no? Sheer common sense. He says, sir, I said, how did you become so complicated? Sir, very simple. When you are asking what to do, I was, when you said the blockage will grow, one day the membrane will burst. That time only I decided as soon as the lecture is over, I'll ask you what is that item's name. So we'll stop that supply. But you asked me then what to do. I said, so much common sense doctor does not have, then probably he does not also know what is that item. So I gave you a tip that you pick up some item and check. I said, but how did that come to your mind? He says, sir, we had a cancer patient had come to me with a relative of mine over here. And I asked him, how did you know cancer? They said, sir, they took a piece and put in the pathology lab and they told him it is cancer. So I used my common sense and told you that you take out that item, understand what is that item's name and stop the supply of that. Does it apply to you also? Common sense? Do you need lot of degrees to understand this? Now what is that item that is getting deposited? Now this is what is the main crux. Two items get deposited. One is called cholesterol, one is called, these are the two fats. They get deposited. Now what is the source of cholesterol in our food? Animal food, no oil. Animal food, remember. Anything made from animal. So all the meats means what? Egg, fish, chicken, mutton, beef, whatever. All the meat is full of cholesterol and milk is also full of cholesterol. It's animal food. Milk has a beauty, you can take out as much fat as you want. So if you are very pertinent, no, I have to take milk, then at least remove all the fat. Milk has different varieties. The cow's milk, the buffalo milk has 6% fat. Cow milk has 4. Double toned has 2. Skimmed has 0.5. So if you have to have milk, then go for skimmed milk. And all the meat to be closed, fish to be closed. And then triglyceride is what? Oil. You will see on the oil, box of that packing of the oil, they will write 100% cholesterol free. It has no cholesterol because it is present, cholesterol is only present in animal food. So when the oil does not have animal food, so they can write 100% cholesterol, but you should write 100% triglyceride. Say that is what is a confusing thing. I don't want to put that because people will ask what is triglyceride. So we don't write that. Whatever is content we don't write, we write cholesterol free. Have you understood how you are getting information which is twisted so that you can't understand as a common people that triglyceride is the other name of oil. So now have you understood why do I recommend zero oil cooking? Oil has no taste. So why do you have to add oil? So anyway, we have created all those recipes and now these are helped by some more people. There are some family members of cholesterol triglyceride called LDL, HDL, VLDL. Don't get confused, but remember these are the two items you have to stop. And our body has also production of these two items. 100 cholesterol is there, suppose in my blood, 70 is made in our body in the liver, and 30 comes from food you can stop, so 30 you can stop. But what is there in the liver produced, that takes care of our own requirement. But suppose genetically you have more cholesterol coming out of the liver, in that case, even if you don't take any fat, still you may get a heart attack. Why? Because your liver is extra producing your cholesterol, so you have to check your cholesterol and find out you should have the lowest or not. Even after giving up all the non-veg and milk and oil, even if after that your cholesterol triglyceride is high, that means you have a body producing extra amount of cholesterol, you are a genetic case. Have you understood this now? And another thing that you must know, oil is coming from nuts. So nuts would be allowed or not? What is your logic? No. I am forbidding even a drop of groundnut oil, but if I allow you groundnut, then does it work or not? Logically, no. Groundnut has 40% oil. Now that 40 extracted, I am not allowing you, but groundnut I am allowing you. Logically wrong. So remember, all the nuts are bad for heart. Even the almond, and almond has 60% oil. Walnut has 64% oil. I have seen heart patients without any knowledge. They are eating all these items. Oil they will cut, but eat all the nuts. So remember, that is not also allowed. And then there are 4-5 things which add up. The cholesterol is helped by 6 people. Who are these 6 people? High blood pressure, high sugar, smoking, alcohol, overweight, and stress. These are culprits who help the cholesterol to build up further blockages, speed up the blockage. If you are going to get, because of cholesterol triglyceride, you are going to get a heart attack at 60. If you have high blood pressure, your thing will happen till in 40. In 55, you will get a heart problem. If you have sugar, then you may get it at 50. If you smoke, then 45. They speed up the blockaging process. So we have to also control them. So I always tell people you have to control your blood pressure and sugar. Even for that, you have to use medicines, don't bother, but you must control all of them. And you have to give up tobacco and alcohol, and you have to reduce weight, and you have to cut down the stress. Stress cannot be cut down to 0. Try to minimize it. We tell 50% stress kar do. Half of the stress should go off. And that there are lot of lectures of mine in the YouTube on this. And then 4 people can reverse the blockage. Who are these 4? Yoga, fiber and antioxidants comes from fruits and vegetables. Lot of fruits and lot of vegetables, and exercise in the form of walking is the best for the heart. So now, do I need to tell you treatment of heart disease without surgery, without angioplasty? Your mind can read. Now this is what I do from my end, and I must tell you, this is what I expect you to do. There are 3 possibilities. Your blockages are there, whatever stage. You can grow the blockage. You can steady the blockage. Do about 50%, 60%, 70% of whatever I told. So the blockage does not grow, it does not grow down also. Chances of heart attack are there, but it is less. And if you reverse, then 0. Now this is what you have to understand. Now who will do? Who will do? Understand the theory. Deposit items are cholesterol and speeding items, BP, sugar, obesity, tobacco, alcohol, and stress. And reversing item in the green. 0 oil, walking, yoga, fruits and vegetables. Agreed? Now who will do all these? Now this is a safety circle I have made. What is this safety circle? There are 3 areas, red, yellow, green. You know the meaning of red and yellow and green? Red is danger. So if your cholesterol, triglyceride, every of these 14 reasons, all the 14 are in red, your blockage will grow and you get a heart attack very soon. If you're in yellow, then prevention. And if you're in green, then... Now have you understood why I was talking about 130 to 200 is the cholesterol? I want 129. Why? Because I want you in green. If the triglyceride is 100 to 150, then I want you at what point? Less than 100. If the BP is 120 by 80, then I want 119. Have you understood why? Oil has to be cut down. I said go to 0. Now you have to understand and apply to your own life, and it will happen. So from the red area, I want you to go to... This circle can be obtained from my website called www.saul.com. And who will do? 3 people will have to get involved. One is doctor, one is patient, one is family. Family, what I expect? I expect 0 oil cooking from family, vegetarian from family, fat-free milk, no dry fruits, no nuts, and plenty of fruits. And now what I expect from the patient? Walking, yoga, smoking, alcohol stopped, tobacco stopped, weight controlled, and stress controlled. And from the doctor, what I expect? Reduce cholesterol, reduce triglyceride, reduce BP, reduce sugar, thin the blood, and reduce angina if it is there. Do you think it's so much logical? Yes or no? Yes. And this is what I tried to do. explain everything to everybody. And this is what is the crux of the lecture, that we can reverse the heart disease. You have to only understand the process. I must tell you, I keep on giving this lecture. It gives me immense pleasure and satisfaction that I have now at least saved so many people, and through you, there will be a lot more people who will know about it. I must thank the organizers. I must thank Sumesh ji. You know him, no? He is the person who got me over here. When I informed him I'm coming to US for a conference. I had a preventive cardiology conference in South Carolina, Charleston. And there, I realized one very important thing this time also, that the cardiologists are not keen on diet and exercise. They were talking about how to reduce cholesterol by what medicine? How to reduce diabetes by what medicine? Not by exercise, not by diet. They are not talking about that. I said, why are you not talking? You're talking about prevention. No, we are only talking about this cholesterol, triglyceride, BP, sugar, angina. That's all. They are not interested in, so much interested, I would not say not at all, not so much interested in changing the food habits. I said, why? No, people don't do. What is the fun? Better it is medicine is more adherence. So you take some pills and our job is secured. Now that is a major problem with the cardiologist. I believe this is why the things are not happening. This is my cooking class. Another thing I know I'm already over time. I told him that I'll finish in 45 minutes, but I have another very simple thing that you must understand. Have you heard of something called a saturated oil and a polyunsaturated and monounsaturated? Now I want you to understand that. Have you heard of triglyceride? Tri means what? 3. And glyceride is glycerine. This is glycerine or glycerol, and there are 3 fatty acids. This is called triglyceride. One fatty acid I am showing you. This is a chain of carbon, and both sides there is hydrogen. So suppose 15 carbons are there. How many hydrogens will be there? 30. All the 30 is present. It is called saturated. And one is absent, then what is called? Unsaturated, but monounsaturated. Look at this. This is saturated. This is monounsaturated. Can you see one missing? So now it is not saturated, it is unsaturated, but mono means 1. And if it is 2, then polyunsaturated. Have you understood the difference? How much difference it is? In India, I was drinking water from a bottle. I took out the label. I said, tell me, you drink this water and tell me whether it is Bisleri, Kinley or Aquafina. People say, sir, they're all the same. I said, okay, I make 3 vegetables, one with sunflower, one with olive oil, one with canola oil. And you have to tell me which one is which oil. Can you tell me now? This means what? They are necessarily similar. So which oil you should have a heart attack from? Safola heart attack or canola heart attack or olive oil heart attack? Have you understood the difference between the 3? Hardly any difference. But medical science, the oil companies, they will pick it up. Oh, so much. This is saturated, this is unsaturated. You go to the pathology lab and ask him, sir, I want my triglyceride to be labeled as sunflower oil or olive oil. He says, I can't do it. No, but you write no in the bracket. Write triglyceride, write sunflower oil. He says, I can't do that. All of them are same. This is the composition of all the oils. This is the kind of camp I used to do a long time. I've been doing this kind of camps in India, getting hundreds of people, educating them on heart disease. These are the yoga classes. And another thing I want you to understand, that if you want to reverse, you have to understand this drum theory. There's a drum with 14 holes. Tell me how many holes should I close if I want to fill up the drum? So if we do half then, sir, my cholesterol is controlled, but sugar is not controlled. I'm walking, but I'm eating all the food. I'm taking oil, but I'm walking every day. Will it help or not? Not much. So even if few holes you close and few holes, people come and tell me, sir, I'm a vegetarian, I've got normal weight, I'm not smoking, then why did I get a heart problem? I said, look, only 3 holes closed, other holes, no, oil I'm taking every day. Walking, no, sometimes I walk, sometimes I. So if you want to do it, then do it completely, otherwise the reversal will not happen. Anyway, I am almost through, I think. I want another thing that you have to understand. I think I've got a gist of everything together. Walk every day 35 minutes to reverse. Practice yoga. I have a video. I have 3 videos in the YouTube called Daily Yoga for Heart. Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, 8 minutes each. So 25 minutes in the whole process. Zero oil kitchen. You can go to my YouTube channel and find out thousands of recipes. Avoid completely all the animal foods. Milk you should make fat free or at least give it up. Become a vegan, plant-based diet. And all nuts and seeds to be avoided. And plenty of fruits and vegetables. Control blood pressure to 120/80, sugar 100 and 140, glycosylated hemoglobin less than 6.5. And lipid profile, cholesterol should be 130, triglycerides should be 100, and HDL, called the good cholesterol, the body will manufacture it. It should be more than 25% of cholesterol. And smoking and tobacco and alcohol to be closed. Stress has to be cut down. And medications if required. If your blood pressure is not controlled, you may get a heart attack if you have a blockage. So try to control the blood pressure and all. In the last 27, now it is 29 years, we have done all across India camps, and I've got so many centers. All I have done is to summarize the things for my doctors, that you have to get everything in my green zone. And now we are coming up with an app where we'll ask you questions. You have to just say yes, yes, no, no, and all that, and you will get your picture in that curve. Where are you red, where are you in green, where are you in yellow? And then on the red you put your fingers, they will tell you what things to do. So then I do not need to go to everybody. And everybody will understand from our app what to be done. And we have got now a new process called Punya Heart Foundation. This is an NGO. This is a social initiative of Sawal. Some years back I decided that I must educate the whole of India. 140 crore, all of them. Every village, every panchayat. I am now making movies in different languages, and these movies with this content has to go to every person. Do you think it will help everybody? So this is what is the aim of Punya Foundation. And I must tell you, Punya, you know Punya name? It has an interesting story behind it. One gentleman, he was 60 years of age, and suddenly his friend died of heart attack. He was very worried that maybe my chance is also coming. So he is worried that I may also die. And then suddenly he realizes whole of his life he spent so much time and energy to earn money, bungalows, cars and everything, bank balance, everything he has to leave and then go. Sad thing or good thing? He was very unhappy that everything I have done so well and now everything I have to leave and go up. So he starts thinking, why not take everything over there and enjoy over there only? Okay, this journey is finished. The other journey, I'll have all this money, bungalow, everything transferred to the heaven. So he starts seeking advice from everybody. How can I transfer everything to heaven? People will laugh or what? They laughed at him. You are a pagal, you are a mad person. Khali hath aaya hai, khali hath jayega. He says, no, Baba, there must be some way. I don't leave it like that. I want to find out something. So after a few years, one fakir, you know fakir, very poor saint, he meets him. And fakir, he says, any problem? He says, sir, one problem only. I want to take all my property, everything up over there and enjoy. He says, I can make it happen for you. He said, how do you do that? You've been to America? Yes, sir, so many times. How do you get dollars? So I exchange the rupees to dollar. You went to UK, yes, I changed to pounds. You went to Dubai, yes, I changed to dirham. Bola, in the heaven this currency will not work. He says, then what do I do? You change it to punya and take it with you. Have you understood the meaning of punya? So if you keep on talking about these things to other people, you will also get some punya. And I must thank this organizer, Sumesh ji, and all the people around over here for calling me over here. And if I have made some changes in your life, please keep on spreading the message. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we'll take questions now. Please be there. Please, we'll bring the mic to you. Please take your seat. You just please raise your hand if you have a question, and then we'll bring the mic to you.
So, Doctor, thank you so much for coming over here and giving the lecture. Every Monday we come, and luckily, we sat in the thing. So the question is, I play table tennis in a big way. I go for walk, and I'm a good swimmer, but still I have to go for swimming. I don't do, weights, etc. So how to balance out I'm 62 right now. How to balance out?
See, very simple. See, food is not so difficult because so many items are there. Somebody asked me, sir, what to have in breakfast? I said, okay, let's count. One day chapati and rice, chapati and vegetable in the breakfast. Another day sandwich with a brown bread. Third day you take upma. Fourth day you take pongal. Fifth day you take poha. And next day you take chilla. Next day you have idli. Next day you have dosa. Next day you have uttapam. Next day you have... He says, sir, how many days like this? I said, 50 days, 50 items. He says, sir, there is no problem. I can do it as much. Only we have to learn how to make it happen. So that I have understood, I will do it. So only food has no problem. Walking, I want at least 35 minutes. Whatever extra you do is to your benefit. And yoga, I want you to do because flexibility and also reduction of stress. Rest of it, if you enjoy sports, it is always good for your health. Your body will be more fit. So all that you can do, but at least these 4 things I want: zero oil, no non-veg, no nuts, and milk to be skimmed or given up. That's it. Yeah. Don't worry, I have time, so you can be...
Thank you, doctor. It's a good presentation. So generally, in Ayurveda, they advocate to take cow ghee is also one of the best source of, it's lubricating only for the people who are facing a lot of acute constipation. So would you advocate cow ghee or castor oil in the cooking?
I'll tell you what. Ayurveda talked about ghee 2,500 years back. We had no Mercedes car, no lift. That time people from one village to another village would walk 10 kilometers, come back 10 kilometers, and grow paddies in the field. So they had to do a lot of physical activity. The ghee they could absorb. Now we have stopped everything, but the ghee is still on. So Ayurveda has to change according to time. And don't worry, nature has already given us adequate oil in every food. No extra is required. In fact, oil I consider as extracted food, not the nature's item. We are extracting the seeds, taking out the oil and serving to people. Extra dose is there. Previously people used to die because not eating food. Now it is overeating of fat. You can take if you have constipation, but if you take lot of vegetables and fruits, constipation will not happen. They have lot of fiber, so constipation will get automatically cured. Yeah.
Okay. My question is, thanks again for your lecture. You said dry fruits and nuts you should not eat.
No. Dry fruits, I must tell you, if you don't have diabetes, then figs, raisins, dates are allowed.
Okay.
Thank you.
I have a question. Almond milk, and you said you don't take almonds.
Let me explain. In almond milk, suppose you've got 200 ml. You add only 2 grams of almond or maybe 5 grams of almond. And that dust, 1 spoonful of dust you put into that, it's not so bad. At least it does not have cholesterol. And almond has, suppose 10 grams have 3 grams of oil or 2 grams of oil. I would still allow, but again I would say it's not so good, but you can have little bit. Yeah. Next.
You said something about finding the blocks, right? Using the CT
Angiography.
So once you find, what's the cutoff there? Like you say for other things, cholesterol.
Cut down. What is the cutoff margin if you have blockages? 20, 30, don't worry. You have to only take precautions. After 40, the membrane may be weak in some people, it may burst. So after 40, I want you to take it seriously.
So if you have more than 40, for example.
So you start taking this green zone and make sure that the blockage don't further grow up. Yeah.
Thank you, doctor. That was an excellent and extremely informative presentation. I've read a lot of books and I do follow a plant-based diet, but you explained it so simply that dummy like me could understand. There was one thing you said, you have to walk on an empty stomach. Is that true? Because
Yeah, see in a heart patient, this is what is the dictum. Heart patients, they don't have adequate oxygen in for the heart. When you eat the food, then your stomach needs lot more blood. So heart lends some blood to the stomach. And that time it has double shortage. One because of walking, and plus it has given blood to the stomach. So 1.5 hours, the stomach needs extra blood. So if you have to walk as a heart patient, I want you to walk empty stomach or at least 2 hours after taking meals. That is what is the logic.
Thank you. And you said you have to take cholesterol medications if you
If the cholesterol is high, we have to give you cholesterol medication. But I give a choice to a patient, get a CT angiography. If you have 10, 20, 10, 15 blockage, then don't start cholesterol medicine at least for the next 5 years. After 5 years, get another test done. If the blockage has further grown, then don't wait. But if you are 60 age and your blockage is 10, even if you grow 2%, 3% per year, so how many years do you want to live? So no problems.
because here they give you cholesterol medication if your grandfather died of a heart
No, that's not fair. But at least if the cholesterol is high and you know that it is genetic, we have to take care. But I give them a choice that, look, the test is not so expensive. 7,000 rupees, nothing. So if you can get a CT scan and know the blockage, it is much easier. See, I am giving you a tablet for the whole of your life. I must give you a choice that, look, if the blockage is not there, don't start. So that's what is the simple logic.
One more follow-up. What do you think about having lots and lots of greens like kale and spinach and
Always good. The more you take the leafy vegetables and fruits and vegetables, they are good. They are good.
they don't affect your liver? And
No way. They are good food.
And how would one come and get a CT angiogram? So
You
fly
just
to
go
Delhi
to my
and-
website,
Okay.
whichever city you are going,
Okay.
just call up my office. They will tell you this place you can get an excellent CT angiography, and because of us, you will get so much of discount.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, Doctor, thank you again for your excellent presentation, and it was very eye-opening for us. The question I have is actually a couple of questions, maybe a repeat.
Close it. Closer.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So, what we have read is nuts actually increase your HDL. It helps the percentage group.
HDL, let me clear it out. No food is available in the world which can increase your HDL. Otherwise, I could have got that food and make kilos, and everybody would be gifted 1 kilo each. That this food will increase your HDL. Our body makes HDL. And that only if you walk more, the HDL will go up. No food is there. You know, if you increase the cholesterol, body will more HDL. The ratio is what is most important. It should be 25%, more than 25% of your cholesterol. HDL should be more than 25% of cholesterol. Then you are safe.
One last question. You explained that it will also be reversed. So the blockages that you showed with the membrane going thicker, how will this process deplete that? Like, will it
See, the
start
body will eat up. The blood has less cholesterol, and the blockage has so much of cholesterol. So it will start picking up in the same way it is deposited. Yeah.
I have another question, doctor. So I follow vegan lifestyle as well, diet, and everything milk is like almond milk, and the yogurt is cashew yogurt. So again with nuts, is that okay?
Again, don't take it. He says cashew yogurt, cashew milk yogurt, and almond milk.
Yeah.
So remember, none of them are milk. They are basically powder mixed in liquid,
Yes.
water. So they are not so bad, except that they have some fat.
Okay.
So try to minimize it. Don't give up. That's it.
And coconut oil as well. Sometimes they say it's a very good.
All the oils are same.
same.
All the oils are same. There's nothing, no option on that. All the oils are same. You can decide which oil you should get a heart attack from.
Coconut also is not good.
Coconut again like nuts,
grated?
like nuts only.
Great.
See, the logic is very simple. Yeah, anybody? Huh?
Thank you.
One quick question. I have a quick question.
Please,
It's a
sir.
very silly question, but still want to ask you. So you gave me the example of oil, and then it gets deposited on the stove top and see how bad it is. And what we do is that we just use a chemical to wipe it off, and like soapy liquid, and the oil comes off. Is there anything like a soapy liquid which you can take? Now, I'm not suggesting Trump solution, but something like that, which would
No, I
utilize
must
that
tell
oil.
you, we are using a process called detox. There is a medicine in allopathic medications called EDTA. EDTA can remove lot of things from the body. On the top of the blockage is a membrane called intima. That membrane has lot of deposits. If you can clean them, then the pores open up. And then if you have low cholesterol, the blockage reversal will be faster. So that is called detox treatment. We do it in India. We give you injectables, EDTA, and that helps to fasten up the reversing process. Yeah,
One quick question.
similar.
You mentioned about an app. Is it available in?
We had already done this app called Saras app. It was there in Android, but now we have withdrawn it again and we are remaking it. So within a few months it will come.
Is
And today, if you we'll just circulate a paper, you can write your email ID. Those of you obviously want us to inform you many things. We have a magazine also, an online magazine, which we can also get from us. So if you can circulate, Sumeshji? Okay, so you have the email, so we'll take the emails and no worry. Yeah, next. I bought few of them. I think it's there with Sumeshji. Yeah.
Hari Om. It's here. Yeah. So it was an excellent lecture. This was about blockage. But what if? But how if somebody has atrial fibrillation?
See, the atrial fibrillation is mostly due to damage of the pacemaker area or due to heart failure. When the heart gets damaged, there is a stretching on the wall of the atrium, and the atrial can suddenly start, doing 100 rate per minute or 150 rate per minute. That's called atrial fibrillation. Mostly it is due to the coronary heart disease sequelae, complication of coronary heart disease. If you reduce weight, if you do all the things that I've told, atrial fibrillation also would be reversed.
Over here, so thank you for your time, doctor. One of the things that's been done over here by the doctors is fractionation and ion mobility. It's in addition to like the headline number for HDL and LDL, they then granulate the LDL. Can you throw some light on that? Is that something that?
See, I have a problem with LDL. I asked somebody, okay, doctor, you're talking about LDL. Tell me which food increases LDL. Any food that has LDL. He says, no, no, LDL is manufactured in the blood from cholesterol. So I said, the patients don't know about LDL. They only understand which food has cholesterol. No food has LDL. LDL is made from cholesterol, triglyceride, HDL, and that item gets deposited. Actual deposit is LDL, but that is mostly made from cholesterol. So cholesterol we can stop. LDL we can't stop in the blood. So the doctor's jargon is LDL. People don't understand what is LDL. They have to understand only cholesterol and triglyceride. Automatically they will increase your HDL and your LDL. So LDL don't get confused because you will have to know many things, high density LDL, low density. There's so much of jargon in it. I'll tell you what kind of jargon it is. A patient goes to the cardiologist, says, sir, if I walk, I get a chest pain. If I stop, it goes off. How much blockage? 80%. Doctor knows. Patient, sir, now what is my problem? He says it is coronary atherosclerosis. Now patient knows about it. He says, sir, I have not heard this name. Can you give me some details? It is the oxidized LDL cholesterol being engulfed by the phagocytotic action of monocytes. Patient, sir, I have understood, but can you give me some details? Then he says it is the foam cell stage and sclerosis that leads to atherosclerosis. Now, what will you do with this knowledge? You need to know, sir, what do I do? You tell me in simple language, and that's what I do. Yeah.
First thing is, thank you for your lecture, appreciate it. Is avocado good? Avocado they make
It has
oil.
got 16% fat. So I would not say it's good. It has all the fiber, vitamins that you can get from other vegetables, fruits also.
But isn't
Avocado has 16% oil, so I don't recommend.
Isn't it a fruit still?
It's a fruit, but again, so much of fat in it.
The other question is milk from oat, is it better than almond milk?
Yeah. Milk from oat is definitely better because oats have hardly 4% fat, 3% fat maybe.
Doctor, is soya milk good for you?
Yeah, it is better.
It's
better than almond milk and cashew milk.
Thank you.
Hariom, doctor.
Yeah.
Okay, just a minute, let me interrupt. We just have 5 more questions.
Yeah, 5
okay?
more questions.
And
I
then
think
we'll
that's
end
better.
it. Okay, please go ahead.
Thank you very much. It was a nice presentation. 2 quick questions. Number 1, we went through some of the slides pretty fast. Would you be able to share at least a version that that we can get?
Just go to my YouTube channel and write most popular lecture of Dr. Bimal Chhajer. All the slides are there and the whole lecture is there.
Thank you.
And this has been heard by 7.2 million, 3 million people. 73 lakh people have seen that 1 hour, 18 minutes lecture. Yeah.
Thanks for your presentation, doctor. One question is soaked almonds or soaked nuts. Overnight soaked nuts, they say fat gets converted to protein and it is better for health.
No. See, remember, when you soak that almond, it takes lot of water from outside and swell the size of the almond. It becomes easy to break and taste is different. Nothing more than that. The fat does not go out. And converting fat into protein is not possible. So nothing happens. It's a kind of myth. Oh, if I soak it, will it? It's something like, somebody said, sir, prasad kha sakte hain ki nahi? What do? I said, yeah, prasad kaise band kar do? It's a God thing. I said, prasad khao. So 1 kilo of gulab jamun every day made prasad.
Thank you very much, doctor. It was a very nice presentation, eye-opener. We are actually already following the diet that you are saying, but then same thing that the question came up, can we eat coconut oil? So somebody suggested that coconut oil is okay within vegan diet or this herd thing. So we were following that. Now we'll correct that. My question is not about diet. My question is about the antigen or something that you were saying that if you're walking, you get full of chest. So my dad has that. But then it was that it's because he has lungs issue as compared to heart. So how do you know the difference? Thank you.
See, remember, if the heart is having a problem, the rule is very simple. You can take, in India we have this tablet called sorbitrate. Have you heard of this? So you take it below the tongue. Within 1 minute it goes to the heart and makes the tube little bigger. And the pain immediately vanishes. It is heart. Here we have these nitrate sprays. The doctors gives you spray. So that spray, if you take, within 2 minutes the pain will go in heart patients. If it is lung, nothing will happen. So you can easily find out whether it is heart or lung. And when you have a lung problem, with a puff you can improve it. Heart problems you can't improve with a puff. So you can do both ways and understand. It's sorbitrate, S-O-R-B-I-T-R-A-T-E. Sorbitrate.
Thank you so much, doctor. This is very informative. One quick question. What is calcium scoring and where does it stand in non-invasive diagnostic tools today?
See, what happens when you become older, the calcium is mobilized from the bones. This is called demineralization or osteoporosis, we call it, after 40 years of age. And this calcium keeps on depositing along with fat in the blockages. So the calcium score goes up. When they do a wire angiography, they don't get the calcium score. But when we do the CT angiography, first thing they write is calcium score, and people get worried about calcium score. I tell them, don't worry about calcium score, because with age the calcium score will increase. What is more important is the deposit of cholesterol and fat. That is what, you will never see a heart patient being told that don't take calcium because that will deposit. They will say don't take fat because they deposit. Calcium will deposit not only in the blockage, all across the body also.
Okay, there's a great demand for questions, so let's keep 3 more, okay? And then after that, you can meet the doctor.
How long it takes to reverse, doctor, after practicing the green
See,
zone?
the rule is very simple. When you Dr. Dean Ornish, when he did his research, he showed that the blockages reverse by 1 or 2% per year. But when I tell people, even if you remove 2 nodes from the rubber band will not break now. So that is what is most important. As soon as you start following this, the chances of heart attack drastically go down. We've got, as I told you, 550,000 people with us. And all across India, we are treating heart patients. And today, luckily or what, she came and she said, sir, my father is under your treatment for how many years? He came and he joined our lectures and all. He is following our things. And for how many years now? 23 years. And I've got thousands and thousands of people who are following us for 25 years. So it's very common. Once you follow the process, you are all right. Yeah.
Thank you so much for all the information. So, as you have told us about the nuts, but can you please explain something about seeds like flax seeds?
Same. Seeds and nuts, both I have written. Flaxseed has 50% oil, 54% oil. Alsi, the seed oil, these are all oil only. So you have to give up them.
And in the heart disease section, like I can say I have many members in my family who has heart disease, and doctor suggested them to take fish oil.
Doctors have a problem. Doctors have a problem. They are not using common sense. And people also think, oh, there is no other way of cooking except for oil. So cut it down. And the rule is what, if I tell people don't take oil without explaining about how to cook it, they will say, sir, only this much I will take. I said, no, okay, this much. I said, no, okay, this much. I said, no. Then they said, I have to eat boiled food. Because now I can't add masala, so all the masalas are finished, only boiled food I have to eat. That is what is the dictum. Zero oil means boiled. That is the wrong information. And another thing I must tell you, very simple thing I come across many a times. People come with different ideas. When Bengali guy came, I told him, don't take oil, don't take ghee. He says, no problem, sir. Then I said, don't take fish. He said, I will die. He says, I will die. I said, loge to jarur maroge. So he was very upset. After a few minutes, he comes back. Sir, I have a question. I said, ask me. Sir, do you take fish? I said, no. Sir, आप दुखी हो गए, आप खुशी कैसे हो सकते हो? I said, भाई मेरे को देख के दुखी लग रहा है. बोलते नहीं, देखने तो ठीक लग रहा है. I said, go back. Again he comes back. Sir, one more question. I said, tell me. Sir, you don't take fish. You are definitely giving it to your children. I said, no, no way. He says, sir, बच्चों पे अत्याचार. He says, world का बेस्ट खाना जिंदगी भर नहीं खाएगा, मर जाएगा रो रो के. इतना बड़ा अन्याय उनके संग मत करना. Next day I met a Marwadi. You know what is Marwadi? Jain. I told him, don't take fish. He said, somebody gives me 1 lakh rupees, I will still not take fish. Then I told him, don't take ghee. Sir, without ghee, the roti will not go pass on. Then I have this Haryana, you know. He says, sir, I'll leave everything, but 2 liters of buffalo milk I want. Without that, there is no life. See, I will prefer to die than giving up this milk. Then I have got Punjabi patients. He says, sir, everything I can leave, but 2 pecks in the evening. That's it. Thank you.
So, Doctor, thank you very much. And I think it looks like this has made an impression on a lot of people. And, you know, if you are not registered, please register. If you want more information from Dr. Chajar. And we're going to have other conferences like this. In August, we're going to organize a yajna. As part of that, we're going to have some more speakers. So.
Hari Om. I must thank Chinmaya Mission. We can never ever be thankful to our Gurudev, who has given such a open stage for all of us to grow. And big round of applause for Dr. Chajar. He has come all the way from India for us, and we thank him a lot. And thanks to everybody who was present here. I know it was difficult Monday, and everybody made here. So thanks to every individual is here. Hari Om.
From Chinmaya Mission side, we want to just present a small token to Dr. Chajar. Thank you very much, sir. Please come again, and maybe you should do a clinic here for everybody. The demand was tremendous. See the number of questions they asked. Wonderful knowledge, wonderful information. Yes, yes. Dil hai to jaan hai. Thank you very much.